we can write our story and we can decide how we want to do it. Also, if you do it wrong, it's good when you do it with passion, when you do it really. Maybe also if you're not happy, you just have to do something you would never have done first. Maybe something with no sense, but you just do it. My name is Ariane and
Marie-Pierre.
And she's from France and I'm from the north of Italy. We are art students and we are here living in Venice and studying here in Venice, and we do a lot of practical stuff. We can do sculpture, we can paint, we can also work with photography. We can do everything here. It's really nice. We can find our way to express ourselves, and there are many different streets we can take. Happiness stays in so many things, no? È dentro così tante cose, but not just things, also moments, also smells, also, I don't know, feelings, in so many things.
È nella differenza.
And it's in the difference, that's true. Happiness stays in the difference. Yeah, that's true. It's really, yeah.
I'm incredibly privileged. I grew up in one of the most comfortable cities in one of the most comfortable countries in the world. I grew up in Canberra, which is the capital, and it's a wonderful place. There's a lot of nature around, and I grew up adjacent to a pine plantation, so I spent a lot of time running around the trees and just having a great time. Like I don't know. All I can say is I had a good education. It wasn't the best education that was available, but I went to a public school. But it was good, and I have great friends who've been supporting me through a difficult time, even in the last few days, that I won't go into at the moment. I feel really privileged.
Hi, I'm Kim. I'm from Vienna. I'm 25. Right now I work here at the Christkindlesmarkt at Radusplatz, and normally I work at film festivals, different kind of film festivals all over Austria, which I really love. I grew up here, I live here, and I love the city. It's fun to work here. I like it because I like to work with people, and I always try to, when someone comes to me and he's like in a bad mood, I try to like make them happy again. So that's my goal. Happiness for me is it's mostly the opportunity that I can be who I want to be and be with who I want to be. So it's like doing my job. I love my job and it makes me happy, even though I'm not earning so much money out of it. But I don't care because I go home, and when I go to bed and I know I did everything right on this day and I don't regret anything, then I'm happy with that.
So I worked for 1.5 years in Antarctica, the continent of Antarctica, and that was a really challenging experience, and really rewarding experience because I had the opportunity to meet a lot of people from different walks of life, different backgrounds. Most of the people on station were tradesmen, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, diesel mechanics who were working to maintain the station, and I was one of the only scientists down there for the whole time. And I think that I think that was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life in terms of just opening my eyes to the cross section of society and the different people that are out there living their different lives. So that was an amazing experience, and not to mention the beautiful environment and experiences that came with that. So, yeah.
안녕하세요. That's Korean. I'm from Korea. My name is Oh Hee Kwon, and I finished my master degrees, English education, and I've been working in school teaching English for like 10 years. Then I felt I wanted to have a little break, so that's why I came here. My hobby, taking photos, and writing a little bit about the photos. I'm blogging a lot, and coffee is my favorite too. So I'm going every countries and experience new cafes. So that was pretty much my hobbies. Happiness is something that we feel whenever we do what we like to do. You know what I mean?
Maybe sometimes you find also the happiness in not being happy, and sometimes I guess it's not being happy in, if you have just bad times, you sometimes that moment brings you then later or to a happiness. It stays really close. I personally, when I have this moment, I try to find my place, my space, and in this space, then I do different things. Maybe I just cry. Crying sometimes it helps. Maybe I just say to myself, "It's okay, it's normal because it's normal." So just don't put yourself even more deeper, But or maybe I read, maybe I paint, maybe I just look at the air. It's different, but I have, but not every time. Sometimes I also have. Then I call maybe a best friend, or I call someone, or I talk to someone. But it passes, It maybe sometimes you just have to accept that it's normal, and to give you the time also. There are moments. Also maybe days or months. Maybe there's something. Maybe you not even understand why, but the time is important.
I started teaching kids. I really liked kids. But as time goes by, I felt a little annoyed by kids. And I don't feel like happy anymore. So I decided to quit my job. It was kind of hard because I got married, and then once you guys get married, there are many responsibilities comes. Like you have to earn money regularly to make your own family happy, and to take care of my own family. Anyways, I need to earn money, but I don't want it to keep my job because I feel so stressed out because of the kids, and I quit the job. But when I decide to quit the job, my parents are really worried. Once you quit your job, what are you gonna do? You pay a lot of money for your schools and grad schools and stuff like that. But So my parents are not really happy about it, but I still did it because I wanted to be happy. I want myself happy. And I don't really think about the future right now. I'm just enjoying at this moment because I thought happiness is really important. So it was kind of brave for me actually, like quitting job. But I still did it and I like it.
I think it's important to an extent to challenge yourself to a degree, but it's also important to reach a point where you find contentment, and there's there's sort of a balance that could be struck, and I think that we all kind of struggle to find out where that balance is. So I worry about what the point of everything is. I worry about my own life philosophy, like what is the foundation of what I'm doing and whether it's worth doing, and what does that even mean? But that's a little bit philosophical and I suppose impossible to answer. So the more practical answer that I have to that is so I don't worry a lot about money, but I do hope that I have enough money to live my life till the end comfortably.
I'm a girl from Italy, and I'm 22, and I'm studying international relations at university, and I'm on the second year of this faculty, and in my free time I love to travel, and I just spend all my money in traveling, and so I'm always poor, but doesn't matter. And I'm trying to understand how is happiness, because when I was a child I was more or less always happy, because I didn't have to think about responsibilities, and I just lived without any kind of thoughts. And so I think that when you're a child it's easier to be happy, and in the center of your life, so when you are like a young guy, is really difficult to be happy, because you have to experience and try different stuff to know what is really happiness for you. So you have to try different stuff, and not all of these will be really nice or happy. And I think that in your old age you would be probably more happy than you could be when you are young, because you will know exactly what is good for you and what is not good for you, and you will think really less about the judge of other people, because you will think just about yourself and how to make you happy, and not about others. So I think that the young age is the most difficult age in the trying to be happy. I mean, yeah.
When I decided coming here myself, my husband and my parents didn't like it, because they thought that I am not really responsible for my life, you know what I mean? Because my parents wanted us to have a baby. After you guys getting married, it's like very formal, like natural process, like having a baby, stable jobs and stuff like that. But even though there is some part that is not really pretty, still, if I like it, that's something I need to follow, and I need to take up responsibility as well.
It's like moments when I have to make myself happy. It's definitely when my father, he had a stroke a couple of years ago, and that was a really hard time of staying happy, because he's fine now, but he was really, really depressed afterwards, and I tried not to get into that as well, and staying good with myself and keeping doing things that I like and that are healthy for me. So that was a hard thing to do, but I managed it, and yeah. I think it's hard not to give yourself up for someone else you love, because I lost so much energy in just being there and helping and keeping him up, and I almost didn't realize that I was falling as well, pretty hard actually, and there was no energy left for myself or time or for my friends or my relationship back then, which hurted me and a lot of people as well. So just stay focused that you are still a whole person and you have to look after yourself as well, and that's very, very important. My mother was the one telling me I have to stop doing this, giving myself up, and she was right, definitely.
I was born in here. I never go out of the Switzerland, just for see it some other country, but not a lot. I play bass in a band. Music is all my life. I like all the kind of music. I like jazz, punk rock, reggae. I really like the sound aspect of the music. I play in a stoner rock band. With my guitarist, we play with geometric forms, and we need a sound more like this or more. Then I don't know if the people around us think we are crazy, but we don't care. We make music, and people live in bubbles in our society here in Occident, and we cannot see that we slaves another part of the world. And that's make me sad, but I have to keep the smile for the others. And music is my way to make these bad vibes goes out. Yes. I like to think that I'm living in a I'm a piece of the watch. When I think of that, I feel better because I feel so small and free. We are free. All our problems in this world are nothing in comparison of the universe. They have to. Hard question. To think about ourselves. If they think the whole world is going wrong, maybe it's come from yourself, and in yourself you can find the force to have an impact in this world. I think all the universe is like a watch, a big watch with small parts, and if only one part's fucked up, it doesn't work. You are this part, you are important, and you have to do the things you want to do.
I could tell them that life is just one and is short, so you don't have to waste it because it seems long, and we always think that we are eternal, especially when we are young, but life is just one, so you should go out and live your life without thinking too much about what other people think about you. In the end, the important stuff, I think, that is consider yourself and not consider what other people think about yourself, and try to stay with people that makes you happy. So just don't stay with people that for you are neutral or maybe negative, and just say to them, yeah, it's my life, sorry. You can't. Yes, and yes, this more or less.
I don't know what it means to succeed at life. I have no idea what that means. But I have my own views about what makes life worth living. And I think that at this point, I would say that don't ever forget to just be there for each other and make sure that you're okay. Just always make sure that the people that you care about are okay if you can. And that's not a platitude. I mean that. I mean that completely. Like above career, everything.
I think it's, first of all, it's very important to talk about how you feel with people who are near to you and dear to you and you can trust. Because it's always good when you feel down and you feel, I don't know, maybe sometimes we feel worthless or so, that there's someone who says, hey, but you're a great person, and just lift you up with appreciating that you're here and that you're giving the trust to someone and telling the story. And I think talking is a key thing with unhappiness and being happy again. So without my friends or my mother, I would never have made it back up again how I did.
So if you are really stressed out about something, I don't want you to think too much and just like focus on what you like and just try to do things that you like at that point. Then it should be a little easier for you to get rid of those stress, I think. Yeah, it's really hard. It's really like simple and easy to say, but it's hard to like do, following those words. But if you try just like enjoying that moment, it would be better.
Ma è difficile perché siamo
But
tutti
it's,
così
and
diversi.
everyone, yeah, it's difficult to say because everyone has another happiness, and it's not maybe some people look like not being happy, but I think it isn't like that.
Dipende dai
I think
temperamenti.
Yeah, and everyone has his
A different
own
way.
different way and his own happiness and not happiness, and it's like an interior thing. So if you with small steps maybe or big, how much it's different for everyone, but if you do it with like step by step, and then everyone, if you know, we can write our story and we can decide how we want to do it, and also changing if we see that maybe it's not going
E di osare
that
sbagliare
well.
anche. Scusa.
Yeah, and
Scusa.
that's true. It's really important also to make things wrong and to do things wrong and
Convinti però.
but you have always to, but it's important that you do it with also if you do it wrong, it's good when you do it with passion, you know, when you do it really.